All right, thank you for tuning in to Mind. Today, I'm going to be talking about something highly controversial and divisive, and that is the 9/11 conspiracy. Now, I could go on and on for hours about all the evidence that people have collected over the years that support the theory. But today, I want to touch on something called Operation Northwoods and how it shows that the 9/11 conspiracy is not as ridiculous as it might sound. And it's a lot simpler than people might think. So what is Operation Northwoods? So back in 1962, during the years of JFK, the U.S. Department of Defense and the Joint Chiefs of Staff created a false flag operation against Cuba. And this operation included an emphasis on real terrorist attacks on U.S. citizens around the country. But these terrorist attacks would have been done by the CIA themselves. And the plan was to blame these terrorist attacks on Cuba and use it as a justification to start a full-blown war with the Cubans. And I promise you that what I am telling you right now is true. This has been proven for years now. So why didn't it happen? Well, it made it all the way to the Kennedy administration. And everyone else signed on it. Everyone signed off on this. All it needed was the approval of the Kennedy administration. And of course he said no. We are not going to do this. So if this happened back in 1962, and it made it all the way to the president, and all they needed was that approval, and it would have been a go, then what is so crazy about the proposal of the 9/11 false flag conspiracy? What is so crazy about it? Because the government already tried to do this in 1962. So what is so ridiculous about the possibility that they might have tried to do this again in 2001 to justify war? It's not a matter of whether or not the government would do this, because they obviously would. Again, they tried it in 1962. It's a matter of whether or not the Bush administration would have signed off on a plan like this. And I also want to touch on another shocking similarity, one very specific shocking similarity between Operation Northwoods and the events at 9/11. So, Operation Northwoods included plans to hijack planes. Hijack planes, exactly what happened in 9/11. Along with other stuff, such as blowing up U.S. ships, killing U.S. citizens, etc. But look, there's some huge, undeniable similarities here. So we have to understand the fact that the U.S. is more than willing to go to war with anybody over special interest. We've seen this countless times in the past, not just with the US, but countries all over the world. There are typically two reasons to go to war. Either one, you're about to die and you're fighting for your life. Or two, you have special interests. So I hope this video can help open up the minds of some of the viewers right now. Because 9/11 is not a ridiculous conspiracy. It's not. It makes sense. It makes a heck of a lot of sense. I'm not saying that it 100% happened, because there's a huge possibility that the whole entire conspiracy is just not true. But it's just as likely that it is true. So thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed, and have a great rest of your day.